everyone. Thank you for joining us for Richard Luebeck's weekly social with Redline Realty. And we have Cody here with me today. He's going to talk to us about his exciting community here in Katy for our over 55 residents. Super excited about that. I'm interested to learn about it. It's a big hit in today's market, and we have a huge need for it.
Yeah, thank you for having me on here. So just a little bit about us. I'm the property manager at Solea Cinco Ranch, and we are located just off of Westheimer Parkway, about 5 minutes from here. And we are 55 plus, and so
Great.
It's a big market, and we're only expanding as a company, and it's been great so far.
What a great location, right there next to, close to Katy Mills Mall, as Richard was talking about. And that's great for walking too, by the way. A lot of people go and walk at Katy Mills Mall, and will walk 3 miles, I think is what my sister-in-law was telling me she does several times a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's safe, you're inside, so you can manage and walk further because you've got air conditioning. And it's safe because you're in a safe environment. You're not out walking.
Yeah, the location is honestly one of our best parts. I mean, Westheimer's a pretty busy road as it is.
Absolutely.
But we're kind of right in the middle of all that busyness. So you have the Katy Mills if you just go up Westheimer, or you have La Centera just on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's very close by to everything.
HEB, all the restaurants, all the fabulous restaurants.
We have the boardwalk coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff literally within 5 minutes of y'all's location.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And all the parks that are coming about, I understand, by the boardwalk that are being developed. So that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us.
Big changes, yeah.
So tell us about your community and all the amenities, everything you offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, we were built in 2019. And so right before COVID, which was really, not great, but hey, that it's okay. And we have about 200 apartments, 150 with about 200 residents, and then really what kind of makes us a little different than most is that we are active adult, and so with that means that everyone is over the age of 55. And you might have heard a couple things like what's the difference between independent living, assisted living.
Yes.
Really there's the 3 tiers of it, and you have your assisted living, which is where you might need, you have the normal, food, and then you have transportation, but then you also might need like medicine management, or maybe there's a nurse or doctor on site. Then you kind of step down into the independent living, and that's going to be more of just meal plans and transportation is provided. And then you get to us, which is active adult. And active adult is really just a kind of a transitionary period for most people. It's those that are either recently retired or close to retiring, and still active, still get around, still cook themselves, still drive, everything. And so really we're just like regular old apartments, just with the benefit of everyone's over the age of 55.
And it's resort style living.
Yep.
It's so when you go to this place, because I went there when it opened. I mean, the pool area. You guys have just so many different amenities that you typically don't see at a regular apartment complex, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. So the highlight of everything is the fact that we have a 24-hour clubhouse that's where everything happens.
Okay.
So we have our coffee bar that opens up in the morning. It's really honestly 24 hours. We have our gym that's open 24 hours. We have a movie theater, game room, library. We have a multi-purpose room where those people that are maybe in like bunco groups in the community, they will host events there. Or we have our fitness classes, which we have a third-party instructor that comes out. They're certified instructors, and they'll do anything from chair yoga, cardio, some of the easier stuff like strength and stability.
I need that.
Water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
And then a big hit during the summer is water aerobics. That's a big thing. So yeah. So when I left,
It's swimming pool too.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And and then we have a really nice courtyard that, whether it's just come out and chatting with your fellow community members, or just want to come out,
Read a book,
Yeah.
sit outside, especially in the month of October or April when the weather's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm ready for August to be over.
Me too.
Yeah.
I still gotta get through September, but it
Yes.
does start cooling down, I feel like, after September. I mean, after August.
Right.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we're not hitting the hundreds, right?
Oh, I know. When I got my car earlier, it felt like it was 100, but it's
And it's a gated community, it's
Yeah.
secure.
Yep.
You can have your garage or your storage. Tell us about
Yeah, so we have a couple different options for parking. So we have our normal open availability parking, and then we also have carports and garages for rent. We also have storages on site.
Okay.
So if
That's
you
very convenient.
yes, and the main thing is you don't have to travel anywhere to go to your storage unit, and they're still pretty good sizes
point.
for good
Yeah.
prices. So
You just go get what you need, right?
exactly,
Yeah.
no.
And as we get older, we tend to hold on to things. I know I do.
Right, and it's especially handy. We notice that most people, once they get them, they hold on to them because maybe they have some sentimental value or something of the sort, and or maybe when they moved in, they just didn't resize their life enough, and so it kind of helps bridge that gap a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I moved, I got rid of X amount of, and then I put my stuff in storage, and then when I got to the storage, I got rid of even more stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
why did I move this to the storage?
Yeah, you pay for storage and
Yeah.
and the energy and effort that I put into moving it to storage, but we just don't know. I
It's
think we
just
have to
stuff.
have just
Yeah.
stuff at the end of the day.
It is.
Yeah, we realize how it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But there sometimes becomes an emotional attachment to stuff that we shouldn't do, but we're human and
Yeah, of
it
course.
happens.
I'm trying to get, if I haven't used it in a year, I don't need it. It's time to remove it. That sounds easy, but you look at it and go, yeah, but I might, and then you go, you know what, I haven't, so it's got to go.
Right, right. Yeah.
And then I guess some other cool things is really honestly the big thing that separates us is the fact that we have the events and activities. So each month is themed. So this
I love
month
that.
the theme
Love
is Woodstock.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we're having a big Woodstock party next
Oh,
Wednesday.
fun. What does that entail?
Usually that's food and DJ, and everyone kind of dresses up. So me and my assistant, we have some. I have a tie-dye shirt coming in, and she has some hippie gear, and so so we just like to dress up. We like to have fun, and that's a big thing. Is so throughout the week, I mean, we have pretty much anything that anyone can want. If someone isn't afraid or not afraid, but if someone wants to be a part of the Veterans Committee, and they have that option. If they want to get into game time every Tuesday and Thursday, we have game time from 2 to 4 o'clock. Or
Game
board
time.
games or
it's kind of whatever
Bingo.
people want to play. Yeah, bingo,
Trivia.
We also have the
Family Feud.
Yeah.
I love that show.
It really is just kind of whatever people want to do, and that's the beauty of it is that. And one thing that I love, that I don't think many people can experience in their own job is that if there's one day where I'm like, I really need to get away from the computer for a little bit, I can go and join the residents and have a good time playing the game with them. And that's one of those things that not many people can say they can do that at their job. And
Right.
it allows me to kind of engage a little bit more with my community members. And I know pretty much everyone by name for the most part, but a big thing is that you want to keep that relationship healthy, and you want to, at the end of the day, there are eyes and ears of everything. And so if there's something that's going wrong, we want to know about it. And
Right.
so it's a big thing for me. And so even though this is my first stint in senior living, it's been
You love
wonderful.
it. You love it. I
It's
love to
been
hear
great.
that.
you
Yeah.
can hear the
He said I
passion
couldn't
in his
imagine doing
voice.
anything else.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
talking about that before we started, and I love
Yeah.
hearing that. And because that's what makes life great, when you find your niche, what you really love,
Mhm.
then you enjoy
It's not
it.
work.
Yeah.
It's not work. I love mortgage.
Yeah.
You love real estate.
Yeah.
And it shows because then you become good at it
Right.
because you love it. You enjoy it. I love people.
That's
And
always
you
one of
love
those things.
people.
I do, yeah. It's always trying to perfect our craft. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I always tell everyone that moves in or anyone that like, hey, I'm here for you. I know, especially when someone's moving in and they're moving from a giant house and they kind of have to get used to it's a different space. They might hear things as people are walking down the halls, or maybe someone above them, or whatever the case is. But it's like it's a tough transition, and we're just there to make it easy for everyone.
Right, yeah.
But a lot of that you pick up on actually goes away once you get used to it. I'll never forget, I moved very close to downtown Houston in the Heights. My first night, this train goes by with the horn blaring. I levitated off the bed. I was like, this is the worst decision I ever made. A week later, never heard it again. And it came by almost every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I love that.
Yeah.
Can't even hear it anymore.
Yeah.
We dropped it out.
The first night, I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. I can't believe I did this. I gotta live here for blah, blah, blah. Just.
Yeah. And so, some of the things that, so kind of with our events, I mean, like I said, we do have the theme that we use every single month. And so one of my favorites was we did 80s theme back in June. And I got to, we work with our lifestyle engagement team. They're our team that's at our corporate office, and they kind of help devise the strategy for each month, whether that's a calendar, setting up vendors for the activities that come out, or really they're in it all the way. And so we have this really strong relationship with one another where if I'm listening to some feedback from the residents and they're saying, I really didn't like this DJ, or we really didn't like this craft class, then we can let them know, like, hey, this didn't really quite hit the mark for people, and so what can we do to kind of make it a little different for them? Right. And so it's really tailored to the residents, what they want to experience, and
because what might be a hit in Dallas and Houston could be two totally different things.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And so each month we do a calendar meeting where we establish kind of what's going on and how we can kind of tailor it towards them, and we just make it. We make it as fun as we can.
All the amenities. I mean, you also have the movie theater.
Yeah. You
have the covered parking, the storage, swimming pool, the courtyard.
Yep.
So nice. And what I love, you don't have to maintain anything.
Right.
You just get to live there and enjoy.
Resort style living.
Yeah.
Yes, that's always a big thing. So when people are moving from their houses, they're always like, maybe it's they get a little bit older, and so they're just like, I don't want to maintain my yard, I don't want to maintain my landscaping.
It becomes a lot, and it's a big expense.
It is, and so we take it as we are maintenance-free living, maintenance-free lifestyle. So even
you
the small
you
things.
guys changed the light bulbs and the air filters?
Yep, light bulbs,
does
air
that?
filters, and we handle everything.
Yeah.
So, and our guys, our maintenance team, the 60 years that they have of experience-wise, it shows, and so it's always good to see when we receive some feedback saying, I really was thankful that Byron was able to come out, or really thankful that Rock was able to get my AC figured out, and yeah, so it makes our job a little easier when everyone is like that. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love the security part of it, because when you're moving from a house, now your family doesn't have to worry about you.
Right.
And you can feel secure and comfortable because you're in a gated community. You've got a lot of support around you with the staff for the residents. You can have a garage. You still have your independence, which is awesome, but you don't have, it's a simpler life. And I think we all gravitate back to, at some point, just a simpler life where we can just enjoy it. Right. We're not spending all our time in the yard or maintaining the roof or the or whatever,
right.
Of just the everyday of the property.
Mm-hmm.
What's the average square foot of a unit?
Yeah, so right under 1,000.
Okay.
So we have a couple different options. We have a couple different one-bedroom options, a couple different two-bedroom options, and so one of our most popular floor plans is a one-bedroom with a study. It's about 977 square feet.
That's a pretty good size.
It is a good size.
It
It is a good size, and everything is open concept, which is even better. So it really is allowing them
It feels bigger.
It does. Oh yeah, much bigger. Every single apartment has a balcony or a patio.
Nice.
On the first floor, we do have yards for those people that have animals.
Okay.
We like to utilize that. We also have just a ton of green space in general, but we have that. We have balconies on everything. We have storage in as well, and everything that So we are, as Sparrow, the company, we do the land acquisition, we do the building and construction, and we also do the managing side. So we're in it like 100% of the way, which is always great.
It is
Quality control.
Yes, absolutely. And so these apartments are built specifically for the active adult lifestyle. And so some of the things that you can notice while you're there is the doorways are a little bit wider. So in case you have mobility, wheelchair or handy,
All
yeah,
ADA compliant.
exactly. We have some ADA units where the countertops are a little bit lower, cabinets are a little bit lower, and other than that, I mean, they come fully loaded with all your appliances, dishwasher, built-in microwave, fridge, I mean, you know, all the standard stuff, but then also washer and dryer.
Okay, so there's no laundromat. They have their own washer and
Yeah,
dryer.
and unit too, which is, I mean, I can't imagine having to walk to a laundry unit.
I did as a young man when I lived in apartments.
Yeah.
And then you got to sit there and wait for it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it may not be. Well,
now
in the
it's
apartment I lived in, it may not be there when you go back to get it. So.
Right.
But yeah, so it's just it's built for them, catered to them, and it shows. Like, one of my favorite things about it is that the closet space is phenomenal. So many storage options,
Okay.
and
That's nice.
That's very important to ladies.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
With
And-
all our stuff, right?
Yes.
And so one of the things I like to do,
Yes.
if someone comes in and they're just saying, oh, well, the bedroom might be a little bit smaller, well, it's like, well, that's okay, because you have this massive closet that, you know, maybe you have an extra chest of drawers or something. You can put that in there, and it kind of helps supplement the space a little bit.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You touched on a couple of things before we shot this. One, you have like a try before you buy type program.
Yes.
I love that. That was,
Yeah, so we have a guest suite or a model, which we use, and it's fully furnished, and so it's available to anyone that might be interested in living with us.
Okay.
And so the idea behind it is you spend a couple nights with us, you get to experience what we're like, what what benefits we offer, and even attend some of the events with us.
The grounds, the activities,
Exactly.
the people, the
Exactly. And then that way you can make sure you're making the right decisions. And it's been very helpful for us already. It's something that we started back in about March this year, and it's been our conversion on it. It's been great. So
Another thing that you touched on is that you have, I guess it's a resource where they can travel together or whatever.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? 'Cause that really intrigued me when you brought that up. That's pretty cool.
yeah, so we have another company that we work with, Premier World Group, and we call it the Sparrow Travel Group, or the Travel Birds. And essentially what it is that it's offered to any community member that wants to go. And so, for instance, we had a group that went to Switzerland for the Christmas market last year. We had about 20 people
That'd be
from
fun.
there. We're going to Maine a little bit later this year. We have Normandy, Paris, that kind of tour in, I believe, early 2025.
I love Paris.
And so it's one of those things that it's more, yes, we have the activities that are on site, but it's really off site as well.
Right, okay.
People are able to, because they're able to get around, so they still form these groups that maybe they'll go get lunch together, or maybe they'll travel. They'll go we had a woman who she devised the whole group to do a huge cruise, and there was like
Wow.
15 people that went on the cruise. And
Oh, that's
so it was
fun.
great.
They go together.
Yeah, and it's all just one big
Becomes a
happy
big
family.
family.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it really is.
Yeah.
And they become nice, right? So, yeah, just
Yeah.
like you do with your neighbors.
20 people traveling to Europe. I mean, that's a huge group.
Oh yeah.
So
But it's safer and you feel
Yes.
more comfortable.
Yeah.
And you're doing it together. So,
Absolutely.
if you've never been out of the country, that can be
Right.
intimidating for some. So,
different time zones, languages, and stuff.
yeah, getting through the airports, navigating.
And it's one of those things that we are, when someone signs up, not only does the group help with getting them to the airport, making sure they're getting on the correct flights, they also set up all the tour guides, they set up basically everything that they'll need so that they can just enjoy it.
Right.
So all I got to do is pack their suitcases and just go.
Exactly.
Everything else is handled for them.
Yeah.
That's huge.
There might be some money that's involved too, but
Well,
you know,
a little bit.
Right, yeah. But still,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, so it's a good alternative, and so that's one of those things that's, we hear it all the time. Well, I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to move from my house yet, and it's like, but there's so many different things that we have to offer that you don't normally think about. I mean, with the past year, as you guys are in it, you know how volatile the market is, and it's one of those things that we're there as if someone doesn't want potential mortgage going up because of taxes and whatever else. Hey, that's an option for them as well.
Sure. That's great. How do they get a hold of you? How do they find the community?
Yeah, sure.
Property?
We're Solea Cinco Ranch. We're located off of Westheimer Parkway, 25500 Westheimer Parkway, and 77494 is our zip code. You can call our front office and either speak to me or Katy, or we have sales consultants as well. Telephone number 832-952-0694. And yeah, we would love to have you come out, take a tour with us, and be able to kind of see what we have and the experience.
That's great. Yeah, thank you for coming out today and
Absolutely.
sharing this with us.
Thank you for having me.
I know it's a growing industry and a great need for it, because you still want your independence. What a great concept. That you don't have, but you can still, you don't have all the maintenance to keep up with and maintain.
Exactly.
And you have the security. So, which is so important as we do age in life.
Absolutely.
To me and for your family, that gives them peace of mind too, and you're having fun.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people in the same age group, so you can relate.
Exactly.
And like the same things, do the same things.
Well, you're active. You're doing stuff. You're engaging with people.
Yeah, you're still independent, absolutely. Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I mean, they'll bury themselves in their house,
Right.
and then their house starts deteriorating or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you get them out of that environment and get them doing stuff like with what you guys offer, they get re-engaged and productive again.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So actually, I just watched that happen with one of my clients' fathers. In his house for the past few years, his health declined drastically. He ended up having to spend some time in the hospital.
Wow.
They pulled him out of the hospital. He is in assisted living now.
Okay.
However, who he was before and who he is today, 10 times better. I mean, just a totally different person.
Yeah.
Because he's surrounded with people, he's
Yes.
doing stuff,
Yes.
he's engaging.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
so stuff like this is needed in
It
society.
is,
I truly believe that.
I do too. It's important.
Yes, absolutely.
A quick note before I forget, I just want to shout out and thank everybody for the huge backpack drive. Lots of success, tons of boxes back here. I don't know if we can see it.
And you don't even see the back room.
And in the back room, we got a wagon full of backpacks over there as well. We will be delivering this stuff next week. I do know that there's a few more that are trickling in, so I'd like to do it all at once if possible. But again, a big thank you for everybody that donated, supported. It's very appreciated. It's really going to help these kids move forward in life with learning, with new school supplies and backpacks. Another quick note, we are marching into our Alzheimer's walk, so you'll notice that it is tagged at the bottom of this video. That is in the next 60 days. I'll do some more. But if you would please donate, if you can, or one or two, come out and do the walk with us.
Great exercise.
It is.
It's good for us, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's huge. It's held at La Centera. There's typically 5,000 to 10,000 people a year that show up to this event. So please come
Just
on
walk.
out. Yeah, just come out and walk. I mean, any closing thoughts or anything that you'd like to add to this, Cody?
Come see us, right?
Yeah, just come see us. We're there Monday through Saturday, and from 9 to 5, and then on Saturday 12 to 5. And even if you just want to come by and just take a look at us, we'd love to have you out and
check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
See what's in your community.
Exactly.
Your local market.
Well, hey guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in this week. We'll see you next Friday.
And thank you, Richard, for putting this together.
Thank you, Richard.
Always supporting our local businesses, and that's just awesome. So we appreciate you having us out today.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Happy
All right.
Friday.
Thanks, guys. See you
Happy
next week.
Friday.